What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a deck profile, but this time it's with Modesto. I know you guys have not seen him in a very long time, but we're doing a deck profile of his Descendant build. Of course, Descendant just came out from BT12, and of course, Eradicators used to be my all-time favorite clan, but now it's Modesto's all-time favorite clan. Basically, if you don't take the first hit, Descendant is gonna push it in, right, Mods?
That's basically how it works.
Basically.
All
right, guys. Let's see Mod's build.
Alright, so first we're going to start off with an oldie but a goodie. We run for Gauntlet Busters. Gauntlet Buster is your ideal ride because he's amazing. He gets +5 and a crit for each one of your opponent's open rearguard circles. If you're going against an XL matchup, that's just free value. The more your opponent re-rides, the more circles they make, the more crits you get. It's pretty much perfect. He also has great board control for 1 counterblast and a discard. He binds 2 units in the front row, brings 2 units up, and it's not restricted to once per turn. You can keep doing it as many times as you want as long as you have the cost and the cards to discard, but please be very cautious with that. You will discard a lot of cards now. Alright, so that was him, and then we come to the new MVP of the deck. This is Descendant. We run 4 of this guy. So Descendant is great. They gave him not 1, not 2, 3 skills. His first skill is that when Descendant rides a unit, he gains that unit's abilities. So obviously, you ride your Gauntlet Buster first, Descendant gets his ability to get crits and wipe the board. His second ability, for the simple cost of a Soul Blast, he will bind a unit and then move a unit up, and that is only once per turn, but it's great spot removal. And then his final ability is when his attack does not hit, which when you ride into your Gauntlet Buster, more often than not, your opponent's gonna guard it, he will restand. So that's a lot of pressure, you know? For your first grade 3 ride is gonna be like at least 3 damage on it. Your opponent has to choose. If he has the perfect guard, use the perfect guard, no. Or if he doesn't have the perfect guard, how does your opponent guard that? How do you guard like at minimum 22 with 3 crits? And you know, you could toss down a booster there, make it 30. That's tough, but that's why it makes him great. So we got those guys. Now we go into our grade 2 lineup. Unfortunately, our boy Cho-Oh is left at 2. We love him because when you call him, counterblast 1, he binds a unit, moves something first up. He synergizes great with Dragonic Descendant because you guys could remove things for minimal cost. We have the new player in the deck, Suhiel. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. So the great part about Suhiel is this. He is essentially Eradicator's version of Berserk Dragon. So essentially, when you ride him, whether it's Vanguard or Rearguard, but you want to play him on the Rearguard, I'll explain why. He is on place, you discard a card, bind a unit, draw a card. The bonus to him is when he's on an Axel circle, he gets +5. So if you're on Axel 1, that makes him a 24. If you're on Axel 2, that makes him a 19. He builds numbers and pressures. Your ideal ride target is, wow, how do I pronounce that? Spark Rays Dragon. I don't know why it's with a Z. Spark Rays. So the great part about him is this, guys. So you want to ride him on your Vanguard circle. When you ride him on your Vanguard circle, he gets +5 and he searches the top 5 cards of your deck. You add any Eradicator. So he will fetch you your ideal grade 3 when you need it. He will fetch you your Cho-Oh or your Suhiel. Anything that you will need, he'll be very helpful for. He also has great pressure. When he attacks and hits, you Soul Blast 1, draw a card. So you got to make your opponent choose. Do they want to guard or do they want to take damage? And then returning back to Narukami, Martial Arts Dragon. So he is awesome. When a unit does not hit, gotta specify, not your Vanguard, when any unit does not hit, he gets +5. So when you think about your grade 3, swinging in, restanding twice, or even your grade 3 with all those crits on it, your opponent will guard that. That'll give him a significant power boost. And then for example, let's say that you combo off of your Cho and you restand, that is a lot more power. He is very threatening on that end. All right, so now we're moving on to our grade 1s. We run Spark Dragoon. You know, he gets power when you bind a unit, he gets +5. On call mandatory, whether it's Vanguard or Rearguard placed from your hand, he fetches you your grade 3. I know what some of you are thinking, you got a lot of things that tutor and fetch you for the deck, but that is the point of it. He's your ideal booster for any of your Rearguards because more often than not, you are going to bind your opponent's board. It's just how the deck works. We have Rising Phoenix, and I know what some of you guys are going, Mods, why do you run Rising Phoenix? To discard, that's it. That's why you run it. You discard it, when you bind something, he comes back, gets power. It's really all there is to it. Then we are going to run Isolation Eradicator Nusku. I hope I pronounced that right, not sure. So we run 2 of him because just like our grade 2 Raised Dragon, when he's called Vanguard Rearguard, you look at the top 5 cards, get an Eradicator, discard a card. See what I'm saying? Why he's great to discard? Because you bind stuff, he comes back. And there we go. So, and then the MVP of our grade 1 lineup is Desert Gunner. So, he is not restricted to once per turn. His ability is that after your Vanguard's attack, he will give +3 to any unit on your board, and then he will bestow the Sentinel Restrict ability. So your opponent cannot guard any unit that he bestows power to with a Sentinel, so he stops your opponent from using Sentinels. That also includes those fancy 30k crit triggers that your opponents have there. That's really what we're doing. Alright, so hopefully you guys got all that. If you have any questions, I really hope that you post them on comments down below. And then all starters got errated, but I really like Draco Kid, so I'm keeping him. As you guys all know, when he's ridden upon, you draw a card. If you're going second, you get a quick ticket. Now, some of you are going to think I'm a mad lad. So, I have 8 front triggers. Look at that. Basically, you will be calling a lot of units down onto the board because you need to apply pressure to your opponent. Hitting a front trigger is amazing because, for example, if you have a Cho-Oh, your Cho-Oh restands has a lot of power and it's a threatening unit to guard again. And then in the later game, when you combo your front triggers with your Desert Gunner, you know, you make it so your units that were threatening are bigger, and this time they can't be perfect guarded. So it's really great. Obviously, we run, boom, you guessed it. We're perfect guards, because why not? I know what some of you are going, mods, why don't you run crits? If you don't recall to the earlier part of the video, your Vanguard gives itself a lot of crits. You really don't got to worry about that. And then, yes, we run 4 heal triggers. Believe me, if I could run anything else, I would, but that's where we're at. So, like, comment, subscribe, tell me what you guys think. If you have any questions or ideas, let me know. And it's good to be back. Take care, guys.
Deuces.